Welcome back, everybody.
Morning.
It's quite an early start today, 8 o'clock for us. It's not early.
Yeah, it's early for us.
Yeah, we're going to be heading through Middlewich today. Just heading to the first lock now. The first lock is a big lock because it's wide for some reason. Yeah, so Dad's back. He's just waking up.
He's in bed at the moment.
Yeah, another little lay-in. He'll be out later. But because we've got a long day today, well I have. I've got to cruise 10 miles and then I have to walk back 8 miles, so it's because Mum, I might be going away, I don't know yet, down Southampton on Wednesday.
Went to see Dad for his birthday, I think we said it last
Yeah. So yeah, then we have to cruise Tuesday to Hack Green. It's just to keep up with the schedule and having 2 videos a week to put out, you know. Yeah, we might see Johnny Vegas today because I think he is above King's Lock.
I mean Joe.
Yeah.
Everyone knows him as Johnny Vegas, but his name's Joe. And Deb.
Which will be interesting to catch up with him. So this is the UK canal map. We are down here in Middlewich in Cheshire on the Trent and Mersey canal. We're going to head through 5 locks to get out of Middlewich. Then we'll be on the Middlewich Branch of the Shropshire Union. We'll head along there through some stunning countryside to Church Minshall, doing a couple more locks before we hit Barbridge and join the Shropshire Union canal. We'll then head down the Shropshire Union canal past Nantwich and then on to Hack Green, making the cruise of 19 miles and 10 locks. So we are on a narrow canal, so why is there a wide beam lock here? Well, it was built when the section to Nantwich started, and it was intended at that time to construct the canal as a wide canal, wide enough to take large salt barges from Middlewich and Nantwich, of course. By the time the lock was completed, the plans had changed, and the canal would be a narrow canal instead. Of course, no wide beam boats ever used this lock until 1875, when wide beam boats could finally get off the River Weaver and head up to Middlewich, because the 3 tunnels that joined to the Bridgewater Canal were built as 13 foot wide, meaning a 14 foot boat couldn't get through. It's believed that the Trent and Mersey did intend to build their tunnels wide enough for wide beam boats, but the Bridgewater Canal Company gave them the wrong measurements, so they built their tunnels as 13 foot, not 14. Puncture's off with the overflow weir. So we're now in Middlewich, of course, a town of around 14,500 people. It was founded, of course, by the Romans because of its surrounding salt deposit. It then became one of the major Roman sites for salt production, and salt manufacture has remained the principal industry here for about 2,000 years now. So this is Middlewich Wharf here. And the wharf cottage and the warehouse was actually built in 1816. They played a very important part in dropping off and sending cargo along the canal. A lot of the wharf has been lost to time thanks to the expansion of the bridge here in 1929. Apparently 16 houses, 4 shops and a warehouse was demolished. It was used as a maintenance depot for the British waterways after 1948. And by the 1990s, it was abandoned, like it is now, sadly. It was the same 5 years ago in 2020. I thought something would have been done with it now. And now on to the Middlewich Free locks. As you can see, they're narrow, of course. Wow, that is one awful bend into the next lock. I think it's probably the sharpest bend I've ever seen between two locks. We're going to have to help Dad pull the boat round, I think. So who remembers Johnny Vegas from the Bridgewater Canal breach? Well, he didn't make it far after he left. He went up to Middlewich, but his engine started overheating and he had major problems and he broke down just above King's Lock. Well, I told him we were on our way and he headed down.
Do you recognise that jacket, Val?
Oh my God! Joe!
I messaged him.
I'm having my work done.
Oh, is it? Oh my God!
Oh, bloody hell, she's going to cuddle me.
She's a really cuddly person.
I was going to say something, but I won't.
I won't cuddle you, mate.
You alright?
Give me a
Hello.
handshake.
Yeah, I woke up with you.
Oh, nice. So, how's your boat going on?
It's
there?
alright, are you having trouble starting it on a morning with cold?
No.
Yeah, we're
Well,
not.
mine's getting a load of white smoke, so
Oh,
it's
is
just
it?
cold, isn't
What's
it?
that? So is it getting done here?
It's getting done here. I'm having some hoses put there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll
so
go
you know
online.
what's wrong with it then, do you?
300 quid it's going to cost me
How
for
much?
hoses. 300 is only 4 hoses going in.
What,
See,
for hoses?
I got a phone number up. They give me it's a phone number. They give me a address. I'll let you keep walking.
We can get the
they
water
they
here.
give me a address. Water points at the other side of that thing. You know, Metal Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
I used to walk up there to the laundry.
Unfortunately, the lock was completely against us, so I had to let the water out, but this had the consequence of lifting Dad up under the bridge, and this ultimately damaged the chimney. We're now onto the Wardle Canal, Britain's shortest canal, 154 feet long. It was built in 1829. Because when the Middlewich Branch was built here, the Trent and Mersey canal didn't want to lose out on much money, so they decided to build a small canal that joined to the Middlewich Branch, and then they could actually charge all the tolls at the junction instead of the Shropshire Union canal. Very, very cheeky, but these slimy tackles.
nice
See you
catching you, mate.
next Bridgewater when they reopen it.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Contact me.
if you know where the next breach is, mate, meet us there.
Well, you've been bad luck, so we're going that way.
Yeah, just avoid us, mate. See what happens.
Nice being with you.
Yeah. See you, mate. Bye-bye.
On the Middlewich Branch. Yay. Not without casualty though. The lock was on our no, not on our side. If it was on our side, it wouldn't happen. But it was full up, so we had to empty it, and then it lifted Dad up in the tunnel, the bridge. He was right over the outside of the arch anyway. He's trying to blame me. We're all to blame.
Well, our new chimney top was a bit
Dented already. Yeah. So yeah, we just made it through Middlewich and the 3 locks there. We hadn't done that since 2020. When it all came back to us.
You done that bit.
Yeah.
And we saw Joe. Brackets
Johnny Vegas. Yeah.
As everyone knows.
Yeah, he's stuck above King's Lock there because a few of his pipes went and his engine was overheating, so he's having a few mechanical issues at the moment.
So Middlewich walk.
Yes, so far so good. Being looked at. Look, Mum, little praying eyes up there.
Yeah, I know, weird, isn't it?
Oh! Someone on the bridge in the car. This, guys, is from Carol, Cos, Scott, Eva and Violet. And
Lovely subscribers.
I'll just
sent us
show
this
what she's...
bit of artwork.
beautiful. It's a slate and it's got that on it, absolutely beautiful, and that's if you want any. That's her. And I've got to read it out to you really, because this is quite funny, and you'll find this funny, Carol, you really will. Dear Tony, Diane and Josh, I hope this gift I have made finds you all well, including the cats and Olive. Hopefully Tony won't lose it in the canal like he did the shopping. Sorry Tony, but one of the funniest ever things seen in the canal. The other funniest is a favourite clip is Josh rendition What's a Man by Salt and Pepper.
I can't remember what I was saying. Is it what a lot, what a mighty?
Yeah, it might have been.
What I was changed it to.
Thank you Josh for your videos. Our evenings couldn't be same without them. I love to create my items while watching. The wash episode was absolutely amazing, didn't seem real, stunning drone footage of it too. Even the younger daughters of our have been enjoying watching, age 7 and 2, bless them. Hope you all continue to share with us, with best wishes from Carol, Cost, Scott, Eva and Violet.
Thanks,
P.S.
guys.
I have 3 cats too, Luna, Storm and Elio. Thank you guys.
Just one problem, you've addressed it to my brother.
Yeah, my son is called Tony. This is Andy,
Anthony.
darling, Andy. So
Not Tony.
we found that quite hilarious, but thank you for the gift, it's amazing.
And
Yeah.
Tony. Anyway. Yeah, I'm alright, Jack.
So, a lot of you will know this location, but some won't. On the 15th of March 2018, there was a massive breach here. A 70-metre section of the embankment on the Middlewich Branch collapsed. This happened overnight, the whole entire pound, which is about a mile long, went completely empty and about 20 boats are stranded. About 2,800 metres of the embankment, about 200 lorries load, were lost into the river Wheelock below. And luckily no one died in this, because there was one boat who was almost on the very part that it collapsed. And he eventually had to get lifted out and craned out on a lorry. But I'll tell you the reason why this one collapsed in a minute. It cost the CRT around £3 million to repair this one. More than 4,000 tonnes of material were used to rebuild it. The embankment was around 12 metres high. And the canal was opened almost a year ago, and the canal was reopened almost a year later, in December 2018. Now the next pound above this lock is very long, so it has a lot of water in it. It appears that the water was overflowing. You see, someone had left the paddles up at Wardle Lock and this lock, but someone noticed that the paddles were open at Wardle and shut them. They unintentionally caused the breach. This then flooded the lowest section of the embankment, where it ran over the towpath and slowly washed away the embankment. It's likely the cause of the breach was vandalism, yes, and now why the paddles are restricted here. You can't lift them up much further.
Yeah, I know, I've seen it last time. I'm gonna go at the boat. What the hell are you doing?
I'm going to go with the boot.
I don't need to, it's another nail.
He's attacking the boot.
Get out my territory. How long is this going to go on for? This is ridiculous. there, mates.
Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. Oh, beautiful.
Lovely.
Oh,
Dance. That's why he was
funny.
chasing us off. Because this is his area.
So we're now, of course, on the Middlewich Branch of the Shropshire Union Canal. It's around 10 miles long and it only has 3 locks on it. It was originally planned as part of the Chester Canal in 1772, but the company unfortunately ran out of money. You see, it wasn't actually completed until 1827 from a whole different canal company, the Birmingham-Liverpool Junction Canal, but more on that later. This is one of the 2 more beautiful spots on the Middlewich Branch where you can look over the flashes of the river and Weaver below. This right here is converted stables. These stables would have been originally for the horses to rest in and to have been swapped over to another horse. And now they've been converted into luxury apartments. God knows how much they're worth. You'll see a few of these random narrowings along this section of canal, and these are just where old bridges used to be, and the bridges fell into disrepair and were no longer needed by the farmers in the area, so they just got rid of them. And you know, I just had to get the drone back out again for this section. We're just cruising through Church Mitchell or past it, and there is a stunning section of the Middlewich Branch where overlooks the Weaver Valley. And this part of the Weaver is not navigable, of course, but it's still a beautiful sight to see. It's unfortunate that this section is really treed because you can't actually see the view. This is where we actually cross over the Weaver on an aqueduct, and massive embankment here.
Road through the hedge.
Probably race that over.
Yeah.
Keep me going for another day.
I love how this bridge has been taken away, but it needed a bit of some bridge there because it was a public footpath, and you can't just take away a public footpath like that.
Don't be glad with that.
Fine like that. Yeah, Chris has done it.
Wasn't it?
Well, we've reached Venetian Marina, and as you can see, we're going on. Now, this is because I asked Dad if he would rather cruise one long day today or cruise today and tomorrow, and he said he just wants to do it in one day. And he was actually went inside at this point because he needed to sleep, he was so tired. So we decided to do the entire cruise in one day. It's going to be a long video again. Wow, that's a 60 horsepower outboard engine. My god, I would not want to see that full throttle along the canal. We're now at Barbridge junction, where we will turn on to the Shropshire Union canal, which used to be the Chester Canal. So the Chester Canal was conceived in 1771 to provide a link between the Trent and Mersey, then being built, and the River Dee, to prevent the likely demise of the Dee and Chester as a port once the Trent and Mersey was completed. They then proposed a route from Chester to Middlewich, and a branch to Nantwich. The Duke of Bridgewater didn't like this, and he objected and said it had to finish within 100 yards of the Trent and Mersey, and there would be no connection between the two. So they began building their wide beam canal, 80 feet by 14 feet, which ran from Chester to Nantwich. There were difficulties along the way, and it finally reached there in 1779, but there was no money left to build the branch to Middlewich, even though the branch to Nantwich was originally supposed to be the branch. The canal was an utter failure, and the company abandoned the canal in 1781. But they did manage to keep going somehow. It's unknown how they did this. It's likely when the Ellesmere Canal began. And when they amalgamated in 1813, it became the Ellesmere and Chester Canal. Stay tuned for the rest of the story once we reach Nantwich. Wow, this guy really does like cannons.
Right, so we just made it onto the Shropshire Union canal now.
Yes, change your plans, guys.
Change your plans. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll probably explain that in the voiceover.
We're only doing our 10 mile.
While we're doing this. But yeah, so turned out glorious now.
Oh, beautiful day.
Dad's gone inside front kip because he's tired.
He's really tired.
We won't talk about what happened at Barbridge.
No. At the junction, we won't.
What happens at
mention.
Barbridge stays at Barbridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just heading past the Llangollen Canal now. We're not going up it because it's a little too late.
I love the Llangollen. I'm not going to say it.
We only do it in a window from October to like February. We don't go on from March to October.
That's an autumn-winter
Too busy.
canal, isn't it, Josh?
So yeah, we've got a little bit to go to get to Hack Green, and there's 2 more locks there, and then we're more up. But yeah.
What will it be? About 18 miles then? Told.
Which means I've got to.
Josh is cycling back tomorrow.
I might walk back. I might cycle. I'll see.
Oh, you're not going to walk 18 miles, are
No,
you?
because I've got a shortcut. The cuts are about 3 or 4 miles.
Oh, okay.
That right there is the embankment to the huge Hurlstone Reservoir. I would not want that to burst right now. This is Hurlstone Junction, where the Ellesmere Canal joins the Chester Canal, and of course takes you up onto the further Llangollen Canal. Next time, baby.
Country cousins.
What's funny is you have to be careful along here because you often see boaters crossing the canal here because unfortunately these permanent moorers, their parking is on the other side, so they have to use a tender to get over there. Wow, imagine a converted double-decker bus as a house. That'd be pretty cool. They must have knew we were coming. They've actually cut back a lot of the overgrowth on the offside all the way along here, which is great. Dudley number 3, I love it. So you'll see a small branch come off here at Nantwich, and this was the end of the Chester Canal, where it reached Nantwich. in 1779, until 1825, when the Act for the Birmingham and Liverpool Junction Canal was passed. Because before the Chester Canal, the Ellesmere Canal were an isolated network, with no link to the rest of the network. But this canal would change everything. It would firstly join to the tub canals around Telford via the Shrewsbury and Newport Canal branch, and then it would come up to Nantwich, where it would join here when it was finally completed in 1835, and at last the Chester Canal and Ellesmere Canal would be connected to the further network. And before it was open, they even built the Middlewich Branch to the Trent and Mersey. So without the Birmingham and Liverpool Junction Canal, now known as the Shropshire Union, this whole part of the network would be separate, with the only way to get between the two being the Manchester Ship Canal. And finally, at the last water point, we managed to fill up on water and get rid of the rubbish. Then we spotted Slow Boat Through Britain and none other than We then spotted Slow Boat Through Britain and, of course, Captain Gary Phillips.
Paul and Rose, I recognised Steve there, and then we saw you two.
How are you? You're great, mate.
This is Nantwich Aqueduct, constructed around 1826 by Thomas Telford, made from a single cast iron arch with a ribbed underside. The arch spans around 29 feet and has a maximum height of around 15.5 feet. Sadly though, on Wednesday, December 18th, 2024, a man in his 70s died after falling from the aqueduct. I don't actually know how he fell, but I believe it to have just been an accident. Yikes, this is what I don't like about embankments that go alongside houses. Can you imagine if this burst? What would be the damage and deaths involved in that, you know? Now look, they've got a stop lock here, like they know at some point it can actually breach. We're now back into the beautiful countryside for a bit before we reach the last two locks of the day at Hat Green. We did decide to go on a little bit further from Hat Green. We prefer a little lane called Cool Lane with an E at the end because it's nice and quiet there and there's really good parking on the road.
until the bar now drops its carry, you know. It's trying to hide from the crows. Look, see? The crow will keep.
Right, so it's the next day now, guys. Today we've got to walk back. Oh, I could cycle, but it's 19 miles to cycle. I found a shortcut. It takes me away from the canal and on public footpaths and roads, which will be 16 miles. And I know that is a longer walk, and it would do me, you know, it's only be half the time cycling. But I don't feel like cycling. I mean, it is a long walk. The longest walk I've ever done is 19 miles, but you know, it's mostly flat. The 19-mile walk was on very rough terrain in North Devon, so it shouldn't be too bad. It'll take me about 5 hours, I think. So, yeah, but I got to do it. And yeah, towpath's really bad along that way. I don't know. I'd just rather go on a nice peaceful countryside walk. Yeah, I could cycle the roads as well, but the one thing I hate more than walking on roads is cycling on roads. One mile, guys. 1 mile so far. Yay, at last. Finally getting off this road. Public footpath. Yay. This lovely old bridge. Old mill? Yeah, I reckon it's old mill. It's actually called Mill Lane, actually. This lane. I then made my way along a road, where then suddenly I got stopped by someone. Oh really, mate? Oh my god.
Good work, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I appreciate it.
Town, are you?
No, I'm walking back to the car.
Good far, is it?
Oh yeah, about 14 miles. No, I'm right, mate. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure, because I just want to get exercise, really. That's what it's about. But thanks for the offer, mate. I really do appreciate that.
No worries, mate.
That's so kind of you. Can't believe I just got offered a lift by a subscriber. That's crazy. Ah, this is nice, isn't it? Surprisingly, my first style. Right, 4 miles, 1 hour, 21 minutes. Would have been quicker if I wasn't plagued with issues with this bloody gimbal. Bit close to comfort, that electric wire. Looks like we come up to the Nantwich bypass. Great. Well, the miles kept coming and coming, and every mile got a bit worse on the old body, but I soldiered on.
Wow. That's posh. Yeah, just walking in the gap between Nantwich that way and Williston that way. Across over another road now. So this farm lane will take us to Middlewich Road. So we're on the right road. Got to cross it again though and get onto the public footpath the other side. It goes alongside it. So I'm walking along the road for a while now. Okay then. Well, that was lucky. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Road again. It's the grim bit of the walk. It's the Bentley factory over there. I've seen loads of Bentleys driving along here. I've never seen so many. 8 miles now. Oh, long last pavement. That's where I'm going to end up in a minute. I have to walk through the hospital, there's no verge. Literally no verge. Oh, don't tempt me. "10 miles, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Christ, this is a bad one. No one's used this in a while.
At this point, I just did a few clips here and there because I had given up all hope on trying to film this video, and the gimbal had died of course, and with it being 60 frames a second, it just makes the video footage look really shaky. So I just got on with the walk, and I was in a lot of pain by the time I got to Middlewich and eventually made it to the car. Yeah, I kind of regret walking. I should have cycled. I did eventually make it back to the boat after driving 40 minutes through Middlewich and Nantwich in rush hour, and Mum had made a lovely sausage casserole which I consumed very quickly after that walk. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please do like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to check out our merch below, and also if you want to become a patron, you can get early access and exclusive content. So we'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye bye.